I'm Quill, and I'm one of the artists that worked on the game Comedy Coop, which is a 2.5D bullet hell matching game. In this game, you play as struggling comedian Cluck Jones as he tries to make jokes and get the audience to laugh, while also avoiding tomatoes being thrown by angry hecklers. So I'm just going to show you guys the gameplay. As you can see, you're able to move around the screen with WASD. There's a laugh meter at the top of the screen that basically decreases over time, and it gets filled up by making jokes. So to make a joke, you'll see thought bubbles in the audience. You're supposed to click on the eggs with the mouse on the conveyor belt at the bottom of the screen. And by clicking on these eggs and matching the symbols, you can fill up the laugh meter. So there's also a spotlight on the stage, and when you stand in the spotlight and make a joke successfully, the hecklers disappear from the screen, and you get pulled off if you lose the game. So that's the basic gameplay loop. So for our art direction, we were inspired by things like Cuphead and Rubber Hose animation styles. We went for like a black and white look. And one of the things that we really want to add more to is our animations. We decided to have like our tomatoes and the laugh meter at the top be red so that they kind of stand out a bit more. So yeah, that's like the general gameplay. Some of the things that we would like to add, we're thinking about changing the matching gameplay to actually like a more rhythm type gameplay. So instead of having thought bubbles in the audience, the conveyor belt at the bottom of the screen will basically be like a rhythm type game, and there will be a bar on the edge of the conveyor belt, and you can hit space in order to crack the jokes with the time of the music. So we're hoping to add more music. We want to add more levels to our game, and we're also thinking about changing our laugh meter at the top of the screen to a portrait of Cluck Jones, so his expressions will kind of tell you whether or not you're doing good or bad in the game. Some of the other things we'd like to add are like story elements. So I think it would be really cool if we could have like some cutscenes before certain levels. We also think we might add like a map so that you can access all the different levels. Some dev needs that we have, we're looking for testers, so if anyone wants to test our game, as well as audio people, because since we're making a rhythm game, we're going to need a lot of music. And then we also have social media, so we have a YouTube channel. It's Comedy Coop, so I could just type it into the chat. And we also will be posting a lot of stuff on there, like updates and stuff. So, yeah, that's our game.
Very nice. A lot of exciting stuff. Good comments in the chat. The Cuphead vibe came out very quickly. Sean Shepard noted even before you said it and said art vibes, love it. Connor McPurry on YouTube says a parallax effect or slight camera movement would be really cool as well.
Yeah, that's definitely something to think about. I'll tell the programmers.
Excellent, excellent. Are you setting up regular test times? If people want to be testers, have you got any times set up for regular test sessions?
Not yet, but we will probably post about it on our YouTube channel.
Now, you're going for a rhythm style game, and one of the interesting things about that is it becomes so timing focused when things happen. The click happening with the the audio and with the visual cues. Are there any of the rhythm games you particularly look to as good examples of how that's done?
We haven't completely like thought of like any specific rhythm games. I would have to ask the programmers. But yeah, we're definitely gonna look at a lot of other rhythm games to kind of get some inspiration
All
for
right,
that.
excellent. Tim Ryan, who we have no idea who he is, asks, what was your inspiration for the game mechanics?
So, at least in terms of game mechanics and overall theme, one inspiration I drew to was Trombone Hero, which I believe is on the Switch, where it is a rhythm game where, well, you essentially play trombone and you have to match the tiles in order to keep going. It's a very silly game, so I think that was like a good place to draw inspiration from.
Parker,
Yeah.
can you get closer to your mic and say that again? I got you on max volume. I'm having trouble hearing you.
Oh, forgive me. So, during pitching, one of the suggestions was that we take inspiration from Trombone Hero, which I believe is a Switch game where you play a trombone and you have to match the tiles on screen in order to keep continuing the song. It has a very ragdoll-like aesthetic towards like its characters, so I think it was a really fun place to pull from in order, like just for the theme of this game and the mechanic we wanted to go for.
And Tim, if you have other questions, please ask him here. Okay, not getting volume. But yeah, good information, good indications. Again, Tim asks, what do you see as your biggest challenge going into March?
I think just like probably communication, getting I think the programming aspects, making sure that everything works smoothly, especially since we're going to be changing the gameplay. We're probably going to have to do a lot of testing and kind of changing some things. But yeah, it's mostly like since we're all like, a lot of us are in school, so we also have to work on other things. And another thing is just like, since a lot of us are meeting only virtually, that's one of the other things that we have to kind of work around. But I think we're gonna be okay.
That's a great point. We actually put up a quick training session for all of the BIG teams on how to run a hybrid team, and we're going to be sharing that more publicly after this. I hope that helps. We'll get some more feedback from folks. All right, great questions, great information, and great Coop play, not co-op play. Great Coop play. We love it.